All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. Tonight we're talking Raw. First I want to ask a question though, because I've been hearing this on X and whatnot. People are talking about Triple H and his booking of the women. Like, the women are, I don't know, complaining or grumbling about bookings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that. If you've been hearing the same thing, if you think the same thing.
I've heard them, but I don't know how viable it is.
Like I really wonder, because I thought about it with this episode of Raw. And the main event was the women's. Obviously, it was the women's tag team championship. And the women are, they're main eventing. They're getting big and whatnot. And I really wonder if that's the case, because we'll talk more about that match obviously here in a little bit, but like, that match was really, like, it got a huge reaction from the crowd. Like, they were cheering and chanting and loud and everything. And I really wonder if, because personally I think the women's booking, I know there's complaints about Rhea, and she overpowers a lot of times, like other wrestlers, but that's Rhea. She's a huge sell and an overpowering presence anyway.
Right.
Like, but I do hear that complaint sometimes, that she comes out and she's a little too overpowered and things of that nature. But I think overall the women's bookings are doing pretty well. But we'll get into that more as we talk, because there's plenty of women's matches tonight. We started our night with Logan Paul and CM Punk. Did Paul come out first?
Paul came out bragging on
Right, it was him that came out and
where they were and how he didn't want to be there. He was being a jackass. And then CM Punk came out and basically told him that he was going to eliminate him for throwing him over the rope at Royal Rumble.
At Royal Rumble, right.
And then anytime Logan talked, at that point people kept booing him, and he was basically saying, "Why don't you guys like me?" And CM Punk was even saying, like, "You're nothing in this company, dude. Like, you're nobody."
Yeah, I did think that was pretty good when Punk was like, no one's going to remember you and all this.
Yeah. I can't diss him for it, because let's face it, Logan Paul and his brother both act like they're the top of the world. Well, sad factor is, Logan's in a world that he didn't build nor help build, and he's trying to say he's the best there.
He's the best there. He's the
best there ever was.
Well, even if he, not that I think he ever will, but even if he did manage that, got to the greatest ever, he has such a long ways to go.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like his expectation is that he's already there,
Right.
So I think he's going to take a beating in the Elimination Chamber. These guys seem to be out for him.
Right.
So that'll be fun to watch. It did, Paul did smack
And he immediately got out of the ring.
Punk. Yeah, he took off. He smacked Punk before he headed out, but
Yeah, well,
Punk's gonna get him back for that, because they're
another week.
They'll be there.
We've got next week of Raw and SmackDown, and after that,
Elimination Chambers Saturday. We got.
Oh, is it Saturday?
Yeah, we got SmackDown.
They just kept talking about Raw, so for next week, I guess, because there's a lot going on next week on Raw.
Yeah, we got Rhea Ripley's championship match on Raw, but yeah, Elimination Chamber Saturday, and so I mean it's coming right up. Anyway, we kicked off the night with a triple threat match. Penta, Ludwig, and Pete Dunne, which, I mean, watching these three is always fun. These guys go at it pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't do anything we haven't seen the last few weeks, but yeah, it was a good fight, and I thought Penta...
they did something we haven't seen. Someone other than Penta won.
Well, yeah, the ending was definitely not how it went, but Penta took it to him for a good solid bit of that match. And but yeah, Ludwig got the
pin.
Got the pin.
Who'd he pin? Was it Penta? Or was it Pete?
Ooh.
Okay. And let's see. Penta.
He pinned Penta.
Yeah. Says, from what I can tell, yeah, that's what they said. Or
That's kind of
what it was.
That's kind of what I was thinking it was.
So Penta took the pin. All right. Anyway,
that was a good match too.
Yeah.
I mean, Penta continues to show his talent, which is, and I think you've said this too. After WrestleMania, we'll probably see a lot more.
I think it'll change. I think right now, creatively, they're focusing on the PLEs and the top dogs.
But Penta will get a lot more involved going forward after WrestleMania. I think that's what you were saying before, too.
Right.
So after that match, we had the Rhea Ripley interview,
Which was good. Nothing too wowing. It was just a basic
she's
update, more or less, really.
Yeah, I mean, talking. She's got the match next Raw.
Yeah, with Io Sky.
Io Sky
for the women's championship. The question is who comes ahead in that one? Who goes home with the gold?
That is a question, because I'm still firmly on board with Rhea going into WrestleMania.
I think Rhea takes it. She goes.
But I think there could be stories though with Io Sky taking it and going too.
Always, but I think right now the story fits Rhea going.
But we've got Rhea
because we have quite a few that are going in that Elimination Chamber that will be really gunning for Rhea rather than not.
Right.
God, who's all in it again?
Women, we got Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan. We got Bianca and Naomi, Bailey, and Roxanne. So
you got 5 people that all deserve a singles run. And with Alexa Bliss back, it'd be good to see her. But from what I understand, she probably actually won't win because I think she's supposed to be on SmackDown. So if she goes that way, she'll be with the Wyatt Six.
So,
or at least around them. But you've got Bianca, who could possibly get a push forward. You know, Naomi, who hasn't been able to have a singles run yet.
that's the thing too with the way the tag team championship played out. It might change the way Bianca and Naomi are, what they're doing going forward.
Right.
Because Bianca might be going on a singles run. You know, with of course we still have to resolve the Jade Cargill stuff.
Probably will happen here soon.
Which is probably, I don't think it's far off.
So we'll definitely have to see that one.
So,
I mean, I personally think Rhea goes. I don't think there's enough in that ring to make it to where Io.
yeah.
Sadly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see Io get another title run, but
that's the thing, too, is just because Io doesn't get it Monday, that doesn't mean she won't get another shot.
Yeah.
Even at WrestleMania, she might still have another shot.
I don't know how.
I don't know how. I'm not saying exactly, but, there's a lot at play right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's yet to be resolved. And with that match happening after Elimination Chamber and not, before, things could change drastically.
Right.
And Io popped up in that interview, which was hilarious. She's just there.
Right.
That cracked me up. I was like, good Lord. She came out of nowhere. And then, so after the interview, we moved into
the LWO versus New Day,
which was
which it was meh.
I mean, it was just more building, New Day up as heels.
Oh, well, they're doing fine with that because they suck.
Yeah. And I think post match was more telling you anything, Dragon Lee coming out and all that, and the beatdowns and stuff. So,
and they ended up winning. It wasn't a very crazy match. It wasn't.
Nah.
Oh. Nah. Something that you have to watch.
It's just another match, but
it was a filler, obviously. Hell, the site I'm looking at right now they graded it a C.
Yeah, that's.
But
it's what it is,
Yeah, they're still catching. They're still catching heat. So, and then after that was backstage tension with Judgment Day. Between Dominic and Finn.
Yeah, there's still all that.
Dom still wants to bring in
another
person.
Yeah.
Finn doesn't, and Finn's starting to really push his weight of he's in charge, and really pushing it towards Dom, saying he's embarrassed him with the fact that he lost last week.
But they all keep losing, so I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes. I think I've said it before. Judgment Day is done. I think they're gonna separate and go their own ways in a bad way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Finn's ticking everyone off in the Judgment Day. Every time he turns around, someone's pissed off at him. So.
Right. And he just don't seem to care. He wants things to go his way.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure next week we'll hear about how he pulled Braun out of the ring and DQ'd the match.
Mm-hmm.
Versus... Oh, wait, we haven't even gotten to that yet. My bad.
Sorry.
But we'll talk more about that one later.
Talk about that a little bit more.
So after that was, Akira...
That's the Akira
versus...
Okay,
Gunther.
so this is 2 in a row from Gunther coming out, where I think he is just on fire with his promos and his...
making fun of everybody.
And what he's doing going into WrestleMania. Because okay, maybe we should have said this, but walking at the beginning of the show, he was Gunther was coming
right
in, and behind Gunther he had what's their
Alpha
team called?
Academy.
Yeah, Alpha Academy.
Doing a TikTok dance.
Doing their TikTok dance,
Right.
And this is why Gunther decided to pick on Tozawa. Because he's like, you're going to come out here and, earn some respect or whatever, earn his respect. I'm going to give you this match, And I think Gunther right now is just, he's on fire. Like this shit he's doing is...
And he's got to step it up because Jay's stepped up and he's blowing him away.
This is another show, though, where he was saying, because he told Jay it's going to be 10 weeks of hell leading up to WrestleMania. And this is still, he hasn't brought any hell to Jay yet. Like
he brought it to other people.
He beat the hell out of Tozawa.
Hey, you know what, though? Kudos to Tozawa, because Tozawa immediately fucking unloaded on him.
Oh, Tozawa held his own as much as he could.
Yeah, it was, even here it states that he, unloaded on him until he was overwhelmed and got the air chopped out of him.
That was the problem, is Tozawa would go at him, but then Gunther would...
Yeah, his size.
Smack him, and
but that's the thing. That's why me and Bryce say it 100,000 times. That's why they need to bring the Cruiserweight titles back, because let's face it, how is it fair to Tozawa, who they even said used to be a Cruiserweight champion, had a reign. How is he supposed to be able to have a belt if, you put that little guy against Gunther, against Cody, against... fucking Braun.
Yeah, that was just funny, though.
He's gonna die. Any which way about it.
Folded him in half every time he...
And so it's that's not fair. That's why I keep saying, they need to redo the Cruiserweight title. They need to bring it back. That way, these littler guys that don't have an option of going up and actually becoming a champ have that option again. To where, hey, I do have a belt I can go get. Because let's face it, the other belt he could possibly get that isn't tag is the Intercontinental title. And how the hell is Tozawa going to ever take on Braun?
How could he take Braun on?
Because Braun Breaker would rip him and it would be like Speed 2.0. Rip him in half. And that's worse. That's just unfair to me. So it's I hope... Fingers crossed and everything. They decide to go down that path.
There's got to be a solid chance of that happening, because there are quite a few guys that would benefit from a cruiserweight. And honestly, seeing Tozawa out there going at Gunther, you can tell how much he can wrestle. In that match, predictably.
Gunther defeated him.
Gunther got the win, and then like Otis jumped in to defend him.
Damn near
ended up getting choked out.
Well, he wasn't getting. He was almost choked out.
And then Jay
came out and
saved the day. Got Gunther out of there.
Well, see, and the question is too we still have several weeks before the big PLE. Are we going to see a possible Gunther versus Otis match?
So that'd be a good match.
It would be.
Otis could hold his own.
Otis can.
He'd take that. Well, he could take a Gunther beating far better than a lot of people.
Could stand against.
So we might see an Otis.
Better. Will we get that
Otis fight here next couple weeks? I bet we do.
I hope so.
Because what are they? My goodness, that just went out my brain.
Alpha Academy.
Yeah, Alpha Academy is not going to like the fact that Gunther did that. No. So
they already don't.
They're going to want a shot.
We do get a backstage scene later on. Yeah, so and Jay comes out, and if you noticed anything though about Jay coming out and helping people now, have you noticed?
Yeah.
What have you noticed?
Well, you go ahead.
Okay. Before, he used to always go out to the ring with a chair. So when he went and helped Damian Priest and Rhea, he carried the chair. He went and helped Roman, he had a chair. When he went and helped Sammy, he had a chair. Cody, chair. He's always had a chair going out. That stopped the moment he won Royal Rumble and Gunther called him basically nothing.
Right.
Now there's no chair. He's just coming out to beat the shit out of someone, which has only made it even better because he doesn't look.
He's on top.
Oh, he definitely is. And right now, let's face it too. You can actually start telling he's getting bulkier. He's really started hitting those weights, and he's getting bigger now.
I saw that earlier. Now, you say that is he working out with Breaker? I think he was working out with Braun Breaker.
Probably.
They were like bench press stuff. I think that's who it was. It was on a post on social media.
Right.
But yeah, so.
But he's definitely getting. You can tell he's definitely starting to get bulkier.
Oh yeah, That's gonna be good though. When we get to Jay,
all I'm saying, Jay better win
Gunther.
And better walk out of that WrestleMania with that title on his belt, and he better at least have a good couple of months of a reign before they decide to take it away from him.
Which
I think honestly here's how I think they should play it out, especially since the Mommy Jay thing.
Mm-hmm.
How good would it be if they both left WrestleMania with the titles, and then the next Raw they're both out there together with their titles? That'd be awesome. But I mean, still to be determined, but I think that's what will happen. Like you said a while back, I think they're giving Rhea that run that she should have had.
She's definitely going into WrestleMania with that championship.
I think she comes out. I don't think there's anyone in that Elimination Chamber. Well, honestly, I think maybe Alexa Bliss has the best chance because she's been gone for so long. Rhea can't necessarily state that,
it's going to be
that she knows her opponent that well. And it's just like Io. She's going. Last time they had a match was 5 years ago. So now Rhea has to do something she hasn't done in 5 years, and that's beat her again.
See, and another thing I wonder too. This is going back to maybe Io getting a shot at WrestleMania. Are we going to get some triple threat matches for these championship belts?
That'd be nice.
Because I've talked about it with Cody's belt, the way things are kind of playing out. but could have happened with Rhea's belt, where you've got question marks around like Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan and
you
Naomi
never know,
and such.
especially with us being so many weeks out. There could be a chance that they do,
because you've got a solid Io Sky, Rhea Ripley feud going on, right?
Right.
You've got Rhea Ripley and other people where they feud, where you could have some. So might we see triple threat matches for championships at WrestleMania?
It's been done. I can tell you right now. Look back in Triple H's day, and them they had fatal 4-way matches. They had triple threat matches. They had fucking,
which could build up to a lot more fun than just, where, because the reason I keep going back to this is because like Gunther and Jay is very solidified feud going on right now, right? Like, we know that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen before Jay even decided, So it's very solidified. But what's solidified with Cody and anybody else? There's nothing that's like, this is solid going to happen at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's multiple avenues. And it's kind of the same thing with Rhea Ripley. What's solidified? Like, you could say Io Sky is solidified if she was still if she was in the Elimination Chamber or something,
Right.
So that's why I keep going back to that, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch, actually.
All right.
Anyway,
after that was the Women's Intercontinental Championship match.
That ended up being a pretty good match.
Oh, that was a fire match.
Those two went at it. I think they really I think they both really shined in this match.
Well, they killed it. It was a great match. Obviously, still kind of sucks to see Dakota Kai still lose. But it's not. It wasn't a bad loss, and look how they both were very respectful for each other. The match was very, very good, and
yeah, they went at it pretty well. And this is something we could see again too. Another showdown between these two. It's definitely not the last time Dakota's getting a shot at this title.
No, I think this is their way of giving, just with so many more women's belts now. It's their way of giving the ones that they can't put on towards the championship belts.
Right.
Give them another option,
All right. They've got a belt to fight for.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see this again.
So
maybe
even Cole noted that Lyra was 2-0 against Dakota. This making it 3-0 now versus her. It was a very well-paced match too. It didn't leave a lot of pause.
No.
So the match was decent. Definitely definitely a crowd winner there too.
Oh yeah, they were
loving it.
They were loving it. Well, anyone that isn't paying attention to the women right now is missing out.
Oh yeah.
Like there are.
Don't get me wrong, the men have talent, but the men have always been out there first, and we're in that moment now where the women are out there now. Like I said too, WrestleMania. We've never had a main event women's match. Maybe this is the year it happens.
We get something that we haven't seen before, that's for sure.
Let's face it, they could play out the Gunther versus Jay match first night and do like Tiffany versus Charlotte the next night, main event.
Right.
Definitely would be worthwhile. The women's matches are so much better. right now. They're through the roof.
And then we did have Ivy Nile insert herself into this too afterwards. She
was
jumped
very
them both.
proud of herself.
So you've got
for doing that, because you see them backstage, and she said, she's going to keep attacking her until she gets a match. And then the War Raiders came out of nowhere and attacked her two boys there. So
yeah, so we've got a lot going on right there with that Intercontinental Championship. So
oh yeah,
it'll be fun. All right, then we had Mr. Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker versus Dominic.
Against Dom. Against Dirty Dom. Which
oh yeah. Which was what it was.
So when Braun ran the ropes, going so fast, and then he clotheslined Dom. God, he flipped him head over heels. I was like, good Lord. I would not want to take that. Breaker he's something else. He is a big, mean dude.
Oh yeah. It's he definitely is a wild card there. Because let's face it, that man should not be as fast as he is. And he threw Dom around like a rag doll for a good.
Yeah, he did.
And to a point that even Michael was asking him if he knew where he was.
Right.
While they were on the table. And then obviously, Judgment Day did interfere a few times until Finn pulls him out and DQs the match, which pretty sure we're going to hear about that.
Well, it's probably going to lead to a Finn Breaker match.
Well, obviously with their standoff with each other at the very end there, they both kind of sat there and stared, which that would be a phenomenally good match. Both Finn and Braun are very...
Because Finn can hold his own. He's very good.
Finn's always been good at it, so it's like, it's just sad that his injury's the reason it's really kind of put him on a back card rather than a front card anymore. But, maybe this is the way he comes back. Because, who knows, maybe they do a championship match versus Finn and Braun, and he manages to pull the win. But we do know that Dom's going to have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
Or, that could be it too. Like, that's the way Dom screws Finn over one final time.
Yeah.
Before it implodes, We don't know yet. But definitely going to be something to watch.
I'd say another thing that was impressive about Breaker is when Carlito was holding back his arms.
Yeah.
And, Dom was coming, and he bent over without even using his arms, hooked Dom and flipped him out of the ring. I was like, good Lord, that man is...
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm saying that's another thing, too, that, like, yeah, you can give Breaker a lot of credit for that match. He's a beast, and let's face it, he definitely sold, but we're also not looking at the other card. Dom fucking sold. He always sells. People don't give Dom credit from where he came to where he is now. Like, it's night and day. If you look at his earlier matches before he went off with Judgment Day, like, you could see green.
Yeah.
Green. He was very hesitant. Now, he's just a flyer. You know what I'm saying? He is just, he's selling them. He's not hesitating on things. And it's like, and he's, for a person in his position, he's not full of himself either. If you've ever watched his interviews, he'll sit there and talk about how there's no way in hell he'll ever have a championship belt because people will hate him. Hate it. They'll hate that he has it, like a world title. Mm-hmm. Because, of who he is right now. But even then, it's like, honestly, he's probably one of the top heels we've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
His matches are just getting better and better. And let's face it, yeah, Braun clotheslined the hell out of him, but he sold the hell out of it. It's a two-person street there, two-person job. So Dom's definitely, he's carrying his own now. He's not being carried anymore. So definitely good match, even though it's like, it's clearly it was just a filler match. Not a lot of, to do with nothing.
Yeah, but it wound up being pretty.
It was definitely a good match.
Good stuff. You can lead to quite a bit more.
Oh yeah, we've got several different directions we can go to. Let's face it, it wasn't a title match, which guaranteed Dom's going to want to go after that Intercontinental title. So's Finn. And at this point, too, AJ's possibly in that ringer, too, because Braun has, goddamn, a hard on to kill him. And he keeps being made a fool.
Yeah, that's true. We do have AJ out there.
Which, right now, let's face it, there's no plans for AJ on the top list. So to have AJ go up against Braun would not be a bad calling card, and it wouldn't be a bad thing for AJ to go that route. So, unless AJ decides he's just going to go down to NXT and fight some Impact guys for a little while. Anywho. Alright, so that leads us to our next portion, our next promo, which is Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
And makes you a little worried on where his game headspace is right now, because it really did sound like he's going to take the offer. And honestly, they really painted it like he's going to take that offer, because Seth comes out and basically calls him out on it, and then told him one way or another, I'm going to come for you if you want to take that deal, because I'm going to come take that belt. So, which, let's face it, there's a lot of cards in that Elimination Chamber that we just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's going to be something to see what Cody decides on Saturday.
If he decides to take Rock up on the offer, let's face it, we have to understand that he's probably going to go down the heel route now. And do they really want, is he really going to do that? Who knows, but we'll have to see.
He went hard at Seth, though.
He did, and then Seth came right back out and left him speechless. Because Seth, what was it? Seth called him out and ripped into him about how they bled together at WrestleMania 40, which I didn't even realize this was the first time they had been in a ring together since then.
Since then, yeah.
That's crazy. But even then, he was like, kind of jumped down Cody's throat, and then Cody said, I kind of wish you didn't do this, because, first time and all, I would have loved to have been giving you gratitude rather than, and he threw Seth's pass in his face, and, backstabbed the Shield. Maybe The Rock didn't come after you because you're already corrupt. All that crap. And then Seth came right back and said, and just shoved it right back. I can't even tell you what all he said, but he basically shoved it right back down.
Well, that promo, I was, okay, because honestly, Cody was out there, and he was...
Jeez, let's face it. The line, too, not to interrupt, sorry,
Go ahead.
but the fact that you didn't slap him in his face right then and there from Seth.
Right.
That was a good one. I like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to read to see...
You're good.
What was said.
So Cody was out there, right? And Cody was talking. And then when Seth popped up, when Seth music popped up, I was like, really? Seth's got to come out? Right? That was my thought. I was like, really? And then Seth got up in the ring, and those two went at it, and I was like, that was so good.
Well, that's the thing, though. So here's where credit's due. Like I've told you, I don't think Seth should go to WrestleMania just because he's been there, he's done it. There are people in that chamber that deserve to go that haven't been there and done it. Nothing against Seth, though. He's always been for the last while, he's been the one carrying the company. He's been the working champion, him and Roman. So for Seth to come out now, it just shows that he's willing to really help sell this soul thing, because
I'm still of the opinion, though, that this is not something Cody does willingly.
I want to say that too, but at the same time, right now, he really kind of
I get what you're saying.
Did not help, man.
He was, but
because he's sitting there talking about how he has to take care of his family, his wife, his kids, his nephews.
Well, he brought up his dad. He's like, my dad wrestled in the independent leagues clear until he was 60 or whatever.
Right.
Just to take care of us and all that. And it's like, that's intense.
See, even Seth said this too. I'm not out here to judge you. Wait, is this Seth? Oh yeah. This is Seth. This was I want to say near the end of it, but he goes, I'm not out here to judge you. Maybe I'm out here to protect you from making the same mistakes I made all those years ago. I've been filled with hate lately, some in the right direction, to guys like Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I don't want to hate you. Don't make me hate you, Cody Rhodes.
That was a fire promo.
And then on top of it, he's like, I'm not coming for your soul, but I am coming for your belt, your title. So right there, let's face it, you brought one of your biggest guys out to help sell this soul story. So we'll see what happens, because, oh my God.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be crazy. Saturday's going to be
something else.
Well, we can't say Saturday because there's still Friday. Friday could turn out to be a wild night, too, for SmackDown.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on
I don't
Friday,
know
but
all that's going on in SmackDowns.
We'll have to see what happens.
But it could definitely... Oh, damn, sorry. Definitely lead to other things, too. Because, let's face it, we're definitely going to see probably some turmoil from our next match on SmackDown.
Okay, let's get into it. This tag team, this championship match, it was so effing good.
Did I not tell you, though, that they were really pushing Liv and Raquel to go down that tag team path?
No, I get what you're saying.
Or that championship path, and the fact that they just actually did something no one's done and won it three times in a row. 3 times now.
But
together.
I still think Liv Morgan's getting pushed.
I think Liv has a chance, but I think the story between Liv and Rhea done.
I still think she's coming out of the chamber.
I almost want to say it would make more sense Liv go after Tiffany or Charlotte.
But this again is why I think we're getting triple threat matches. Because it's stuff like this.
Yeah, we don't have enough
like this.
We don't have enough to go off of right now. Because let's face it, what I'm saying is their story's basically done.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Rhea took it to her. Rhea won. now what? And now they're going down a different path where these two are bringing gold back to the Judgment Day. I think they're pushing the Judgment Day.
We're getting two
Fallout.
We're getting two titles.
Hardcore. I don't think we'll get that.
But this match, though,
I will say this: if anything, Liv will probably be one of the last to be eliminated. So I bet you anything, she will be either second to last, or she will be the third.
She will win.
I don't know. I'm looking at Alexa.
But
I think. Well, no, I will lean towards. I think the better opponent that is in that match would be Bianca. Because of the fact that, like you were saying earlier, they were complaining that Rhea overpowers people. Well, Bianca's a pretty buff girl too.
Yeah.
And that's someone that Rhea probably can't just go and overpower.
No.
So
Bianca's
I would
awesome.
Almost say Bianca is one of my top choices of winning.
I think the fact that they lost the belts puts Bianca higher up than she would have been.
And right now, I think, and we'll definitely have to touch base. I don't know how we're going to do it, but before...
We'll probably just have to... I don't know.
Before, when we go to do our SmackDown show this week, before we do our... Which will probably end up being all together. Yeah. Probably end up watching Elimination Chamber.
We're just going to have to talk Elimination Chamber, because I don't think we'll be able to get in...
Because right now...
before...
God, I don't even know what's all happening at the Elimination Chamber. Other than the two matches, really. But I would say Bianca's probably one of my top choices.
But
if not Alexa Bliss, for me, I think Alexa's the one they're going to push forward to come out of it. But I think Bianca's a close second.
But let's talk about how chaotic this match ended up being.
Oh, it got very chaotic.
It got wild.
Especially with the fact that, goddamn, you had Dom come out and interfered.
Because they were all, they're all throwing their finishers. They're all dropping each other.
Dropping each other left and right. They were
all over the place, near falls. You had Dom interfering and Dom getting clobbered. And close calls and everything. And then Naomi right there got her head bounced off the post, to end it.
And even Liv almost didn't.
Liv
didn't get that because she wasn't even really
coherent
in the pen. She was just sitting there laying on top of her.
Liv got dropped several times. That was one of the most chaotic matches, though. That was so good.
Oh, it was a very good match. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, my goodness.
And now we're about to see Bianca, which honestly, Bianca and Naomi, I think we're about to go down the Jade story now.
See, but I think Bianca is out of the tag team now.
I think the only reason she was there was because Jade was green.
Yeah, because that's what you've said before.
They needed someone to kind of help.
Is that Bianca needed to be with Jade.
Push her up.
But then Jade got bounced for Naomi.
I think Jade got hurt.
Yeah.
And so they bounced her.
And
Naomi carried it so they didn't relinquish the titles.
And then...
But yeah, I think Bianca's very well back.
So Bianca didn't need to be in a tag team with Naomi. It was just the fact that
honestly, Naomi doesn't need to be in a tag team either.
It was just the fact that they were champions. They had to keep going,
Yeah, I don't think Naomi needs it, and I don't think Bianca needs it. Now, honestly, I don't think Liv or Raquel need it either, but right now it's the what makes sense.
So I really think Bianca, whether she wins Elimination Chamber or not,
I think
she's going on a solo.
I think what will happen is Bianca and Naomi, where they're not going to go after the tag titles, they are still going to go after Liv and Raquel right now. because they're hell driven to think Liv.
Oh yeah, but I think that only lasts as long as till
Jade comes out
back.
and we finally get the truth. Because I mean, let's face it, the video of Liv and Raquel are literally them just walking through the parking lot. They're just walking
by,
and they are a good distance away from the ambulance. I mean, granted though, why were they there?
But
because it wasn't even their show.
I know, but I always fall back to the point that Liv and Raquel,
and I don't even recall seeing them.
Do not hide from the things they do. I don't remember now, but
I'd have to go.
I'd have to go watch it.
But
Liv and Raquel,
they've been very open with.
Do not hide from the shit they pull.
I mean, even then they said, if we were to have done it,
they brag about it.
We wouldn't be sorry about it.
They laugh about it. It's not like they're ever.
Well, look at them when they jumped. Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea.
They both walked past the camera holding the damn bats with Liv's fucking laugh of a laugh. So right now, like, I think we're about to see the story unfold of who really did it. Because honestly, I have the thought process that I honestly want to say it was Naomi. And it's going to cause a wedge between Bianca and Naomi even more, which will make it to where they no longer even are close to a tag team anymore.
Here's the thing, too. If they find out, say they find out Friday, say Jade returns Friday.
Right.
And she's like, it was Naomi. And then Naomi and Bianca are going into the Elimination Chamber on Saturday. Which is going to be...
So, I mean, it's all left in the air because, let's face it, too, well, and that's the thing, too, is maybe Jade thinks Bianca knows. Maybe she does know. And she's just not saying nothing because Bianca's the one that's saying, y'all should be fucking asking for forgiveness right now.
Yeah.
You know, Bianca's the one getting defensive against shit, where Naomi's not really saying anything about it.
Yeah.
Which tells me either Bianca doesn't know, or she's just causing a deflection.
Right.
But either way, I think Jade's going to be coming after both of them because my guess is she thinks Bianca knows because they've made statements that Jade's not answering their texts and stuff like that. So we'll definitely have to see that one.
So maybe that's what we'll get on Friday, though.
Maybe not. I don't know. Like, honestly, with a PLE so close, maybe. Especially with the two of them going into the chamber, maybe. But at this point right now, I don't know. Like, I can't sit here and
guess.
We'll have to look. We'll have to watch and see.
We'll have to watch and see. This one's hard to call.
Oh, see, and that's the thing. I can't even tell you what's the whole calling card for
unless they
Elimination Chamber.
Unless they add something. It's just the 4 events.
What's the 4 events?
Because you got the 2 elimination events.
Right. And then you got
Cody, or not Cody. I don't know why I keep saying that. Sammy and
KO.
KO, and then you got what was the other one?
Tag team. Trish.
Oh yeah, Trish and them. Yeah. So I think that's all we're going with.
So no titles are up for grabs this round.
No titles.
Well, they're probably not going to add anything because at the end of it all, who's supposed to answer The Rock?
Yeah, and then
that's probably going to be the finish of the PLE.
So we probably have. Yeah, so that's probably it for the PLE, which is fine.
So let's see. I see.
Because much like.
Team Tiffy and Trish are going to win.
Oh, Trish better come out and win.
I tell you right now, those two been doing photo shoots together.
If we're getting Trishy time, we better see Trishy win. That's all I'm gonna say. That's gonna be a fun one, though.
That will be a good one.
It's gonna be good to see.
I think
Trish that.
I want to say Sammy wins versus KO. I think this is going to be kind of a boot to, in literal but figurative sense, to Kevin's face. And he's going to it's almost going to either kick sense into him or it's going to drive a bigger fire into Kevin to where he comes full-hearted at anyone and everyone. So we'll see that. I think so. So I think Sammy. I've already called the men's one. I think it's going to be Damian.
You think it's Damian?
Because
I don't have a solid call on the men's one.
I don't think Drew's going to get the push because they have been pushing him to go after the bloodline.
I don't think it'll be Seth.
I don't think it's going to be Seth or Punk.
I don't think it'll be
or
Logan. See, I could see Punk coming out.
Maybe, but I mean, we still got the biggest speed bump of them all, John.
Right.
And the question is, does he come out on top or... Honestly, I think Damian comes out, and I think maybe Cena costs CM Punk the match. And Damian comes out on top, giving the reason, giving what everyone thinks, which is it would be John and CM Punk versus each other at WrestleMania, like people want. People want to see Punk and Cena do one more match.
There's so much going on right this second.
It's huge. And then, like I said, I think for the women's, I think my call is Alexa. If it's not her, it's going to be a Bianca, a close second.
I'm going solidly in Liv Morgan's corner.
All right,
for
you
this.
go. Solidly.
I'm sticking behind this one.
Yeah.
Not that.
Guess how he would sound if Trish Stratus were in the Elimination Chamber.
I'd still go with Liv Morgan.
It'll be a good one, though.
Definitely. No, this is going to be real good.
This going to be a good PLE, and then we'll have to see what happens with The Rock and
yeah,
Cody.
Likely we'll be back after the PLE to talk what happens. I don't know if we'll get in SmackDown this week.
Probably not.
We'll give it our best shot, but probably not. You got anything else for?
No, I think that's about it.
Yes. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will catch you on the next go around.